Okay. So today we are going to learn about conditional formatting. Okay. So when we talk about conditional formatting, how to use it, right? Where to use it, and what is the help to the end user, we'll see today. Okay. So whenever the word conditional formatting comes in, so it depends upon colors. Okay. Now, for example, let's say these are the list of numbers in a particular column what we have. Okay. And if you observe here, we have got headers at the top, right? Like for example, greater than, lesser than, between, not equal to, and not between. So these are the criterias what you want to showcase into your particular columns. If I talk about greater than, now here we have got a list of 10 numbers in, let's consider this as records, 10 records. Now in this 10 records, you want to highlight only those. Let's say the target to be was achieved was 85. Now, to make it more easier to understand, what we do is we use colors onto that particular cell. So conditional formatting would be in different forms. Maybe you want to highlight the whole cell, or you can highlight through the font, or you can highlight through borders. You can use icons. You can use data bars in terms of if you want to compare each and every single records. Okay. So we have got cell, font, borders, icons, and data bars, right? Where we can apply the conditional formatting. Now, when I say conditional formatting, the word itself says condition. So you have got a condition. For example, here is a condition. Condition is what? To meet at least 85. So we have got different numbers over here, but exactly we don't know in out of 10, which are exact 85 or above 85. So when we are saying greater than, so the condition is greater than means what happens here? Greater than 85. We want to see how much in this records are above 85. Now, how to apply it? So if you see the home tab, the first, when you open an Excel, the by default, what you find is this ribbon and different tabs. So when I talk about tabs, so we have got home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and developer. Under home tab, we have got here, under styles, we have got conditional formatting. Now, what is the shortcut key to apply? Okay. So whenever you press Alt, okay, Alt plus H. So if I press only a Alt here, so you see you'll get this shortcuts, right, for all the tabs. Here I have got, like for home, I have got H. So when I press H here after Alt, see the shortcut key to enter under the conditional formatting options, we have got L as a shortcut key, right? So I'll mention here Alt H plus L. So without using mouse, we can just enter into styles of conditional formatting. When I press L, I'll get this drop down list. When I get this drop down list, I've got different options, right? See, as I mentioned here, data bars, colors, icons, borders, right? So here we have got different conditions to meet. So to meet this condition greater than, we have got here option as greater than. So why I'm using this? Because I want to highlight only those numbers which are greater than 85. So I'll go to highlight cells and I'll choose this option called as greater than. Now, what is our requirement here? Requirement is greater than 85 in this particular cells. So if I select this, so see, I am selecting an array, right? But here what we need to select, format cells that are greater than. If I mention 85, right? Now you see it is getting highlighted only here because I have not selected first the records. So what is the thumb rule now? What we understood? Whenever you want to apply a conditional formatting, the first step is select the records and then you need to apply. So what is the shortcut key again? odd H, L, and then under highlight cells rules, choose greater than. So where it is getting applied now? It is getting applied on this particular selected records. So I'll click on greater than, and here I'll be mentioning as 85. Once I start to type 85 here, you see it automatically starts to recognize whichever are greater than 85 need to be highlighted. So here it is highlighting 95, 100, 89. If you check, all are below 85 or exact 85. But our condition is what? To meet more than 85. So we have got 1, 2, 3 records which are greater than 85. So I'll click here. I'll go to the custom format. If I click on custom format, I'll get all these options like whether you want to highlight the number or for the different data types. Then I've got font. If I want to change or apply any font on it, borders if I want to apply, or if I want to apply with fill. If I click on fill, I can just change these colors as per the appropriate what we want to assign the color, right? So let's say if I assign with green. So when I click on OK, so we are assigning green color for our met conditions. So here there are 3 records who are meeting our conditions like greater than 85. When I click on OK, see, I've got my conditions applied, right? So once we are meeting the conditions, we are applying the format. So formatting would be in the form of, as I mentioned, font color, borders, right? Bars, icons, font, cell color. So right now what I'm feeling is with the cell fill. I'm filling the cell with color, right? So 1, 2, 3. There are 3 which are meeting the expectations and highlighted into the green color. Same we are going to apply for less than. If I select this and then I'll go again Alt H L. This time I'm going to use less than. So when I press enter, I need to provide the number which you want lesser than to be compared with the whole records. So let's say if I say 50. So you see none of them have got highlighted because all the numbers are greater than 50. So in this case, let's take it as 65. So once I say 65, see 58, 51, 59, 59 and 60 got highlighted as they are less than 65. So last time we have applied on fill. Let's go with borders this time. Let's say I want to highlight with borders. So right now, it is nothing highlighted here. If I give an outline for only those which are less than 65. If I want to assign the color, let's say red. So I'm applying the red color to my text. So when I click on OK, now whichever are in red are getting highlighted with the borders here. The rest, if you see, those are not highlighted with the borders. Same you can do it with like between. So how to do it? Again, Alt H L. Second option is between. Third option, sorry. So between. So once I click on between, here we were going for greater than, lesser than. What is between here? Between the two numbers, a threshold, a starting point and end point. In between, whichever number comes in or whichever numbers are already the records are updated will be highlighted. If I say I want to highlight between 50 to 75, so it is going to highlight it. Go to the custom. If you see, there are like list of options available here also. If you feel like, that is as per your requirement, which can be used, you can use this. Okay. So if I say custom format, I'll go to fill. And then if I say any color to choose here, right? I can use this and I'll click on OK. So it'll start to highlight between. So by this way, you can continue with not equal to and not between. Okay. let's take the another scenario here. Now let's talk about the different options. Let's say this is the table where we have got month-wise table and with a certain criteria, conditions to meet. So like, let's say there are any colors which are between like less than 30 should be with this color, right? 60. So what we are doing here, we are applying the conditional formatting as per the 4 different requirements. Here, there were like 1. We were comparing with greater and lesser than and between not equal to. But this time, we are assigning the values which we want to check. They are falling into which condition, right? Let's consider this as a slab. So 30, 60, 80, and 100. So in this numbers, in this table, whichever are meeting any of this condition are going to be highlighted with that specific color. This makes the end user or the one who is going to see this table will be more helpful rather than showing only random numbers, right? Let's see both the ways, right? Let's say I'm pasting it here. To paste it as without formatting as a general text, as a normal values, what is the shortcut key? Alt ES is the shortcut key to open paste special windows and press V here. So when I press V, it goes to the values. When I click on OK, I'll get a normal table where there is nothing condition applied or any formatting, any formulas will be removed when you're pasting it here. So Control B is to bold it or Control Shift down arrow to select the whole table. Alt HBA is to bring the borders. Alt HBT is to bring the final dark borders over here. Okay. Now let's take the requirement here. So the requirement is, now if I check this table before applying conditional formatting, I'm not able to understand or not able to recognize these numbers are falling under which criteria or meeting which of the above 4 conditions, right? Correct. I'm not able to understand like this is falling under which slab, right? So to make it much more easier, conditional formatting plays a vital role. So what I can do, I can select all this at once and I can provide this 4 conditions to it one by one. Okay. Now how to do it? Let's see. So let's go to Home tab again. Alt HL is the shortcut key where it opens this particular conditional formatting drop down where we'll get list of options to use. So what is our criteria here? That anything which is less than 30 should be highlighted in red. The one which is more than 30, that is from 31 to 60, falling under this slab or this table, the number should be highlighted in, let's say, yellow color. And the one which are above 60, that is 61 to 80, we are going to assign the different color to differentiate easily. Let's say blue color. And the one which is greater than 80, that becomes 81 to 100, should be highlighted in green. So why we are applying these colors? Why we are doing this? See, Alt H, B, N. All right. So I want to delete this row now. What I'll do, I'll press Shift space bar. I'll select the whole row, right? And I can say Control minus to delete it. Okay. All right. Now coming back to the point, let's apply. How to apply? Just select the whole table first, right? Then go to the conditional formatting. And if you check here, it is by default available options which you want to use it if it is required as per your condition or your scenario or situation where you want to create it. You have got data bars, you have got colors, icons, which you are going to learn further. But to solve this, what we are going to do, we are going to write a new rule because we have got different conditions to meet as per our requirement. These are the inbuilt options available, but these are not going to help us in terms of getting our results. So what I'll do, I'll click on new rule. Once I click on new rule, yes, if you see, we have got multiple options which would be suitable to us. We are going to use it. Now see what it states: format all cells based on their values. Now, in this scenario, what we want the cells, right, to be highlighted with a specific value which is going to be provided. And this is what we want. And this is what the option is available. Format all cells based on their values, right? Or the next option is format only cells that contain. When I click it, see the options what we have got. I've got between, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Now, in our condition, what we want less than, right? Less than or equal to 30. Whichever are falling under, the numbers which are falling under less than or equal to 30. So, any number which is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 till 30, it is going to highlight it. So to meet that, we'll see, yes, we have see less than or equal to option. So when I use this, it is asking where you want to apply this: cell value, specific text, data occurring, blanks, non-blanks, errors, and no errors. So if I talk about cell value, as we are talking about the values what we have, cell value. So I'm saying less than or equal to 30. Okay, less than or equal to 30. I'll click on format and I'll choose the appropriate color which I want to highlight it. So once I click on OK, once I click on OK again, see, it starts to highlight. The anything which is highlighted over here is obviously less than or equal to 30. If you see here, we have got 30. And none of the options which are above 30 are getting highlighted. It is working as per our requirement, right? What was our requirement? To meet the condition less than or equal to 30. The same way we can follow it here, right? How? Let's see. I'll select this again. I'll go to the conditional formatting. I'll go to the new rule. And what I'll choose here now is C. First, we gave the requirement as less than or equal to 30. But now what we want is, the challenge is, anything which is more than 30 should be followed with yellow color, right? To do this, we need to restrict, or we need to make it understand that the numbers from 31 to 60, which becomes a threshold now. So this time we are going to use between. Why is it so? Because if I say less than or equal to 60, then this red color would be changed into again yellow. We want to restrict till 60 and to start from 31. To do that, we need to give both the numbers, the starting point and end point. So I'll give this time as 31. If I apply again 30, it won't work, because we have already given a condition as a new rule where equals to 30, then it is red, right? So this time we are going to give 31. So I'm here going to mention as 60. So once I mention this 60, I'll go to the format color and I'll highlight yellow. So anything which is above 30 and less than or equal to 60, or between 60. So it is going to highlight. Let's see. Click on OK. Yeah, you see, it is starting to highlight from 31, 32, right? 59, 42, 58, 46. So anything which is, see, 62 is not highlighted. 61 is also not highlighted, which is exact till 60 it is getting highlighted. The same way we are going to follow the rest. Then click on conditional formatting, then go to the new rule. This time around, again, format cells that contain. This time, what would be the number here now? 61 to 80. Yep, 61 to 80. Go to the format again, choose the color, click on OK, and highlight it, right? The rest, whichever are left out, are obviously greater than 80. The same thing, follow it. Go to the new rule. Click on format only cells that contain. Just type 81 to 100. Go to the format cells. Give the appropriate color. Choose it. Click on OK. Your job is done. So by this way, the end user is easily, able to recognize here now. So what is the shortcut key? See, Alt H. If I say Alt H B, if I want to give the borders, right, across, so I'll say all borders A. Now, this helps with these colors to understand, which makes much more easier to the end user to understand because we are applying specific colors for the specific conditions. Yes. So this is one of the way to apply the conditions with the new rule. As we have got a lot of options in the new rules, we'll see one by one. Now let's say format only top or bottom ranked values. See here we have got two options, top and bottom. Okay. Let's consider we have got a list now. Let's say top and bottom. I'll write it here. So what we are going to do it here is top and bottom. We are going to apply conditional formatting on top and bottom. Let's take here as sales value. Here, let's talk about profit value. I don't have numbers right now. So what I'll do, I'll use rand between formula. Let's say bottom would be, let's consider sales would be 10 and the maximum sales would be 1000. So rand between formula will help us to create random numbers between the given threshold, that is 10 to 1000. So I've got the list of sales now with me. Okay. So as this is formula applied, as I mentioned, to make it pay special values. Why? Because I don't want the formulas to be run when I'm applying the conditional formatting. So what I'll do, I'll say Control C to copy, Alt ES V is the shortcut key. I'll press enter. So I've got the fixed values now, a permanent values to my sales. All right, I'll follow the same thing, or else I'll press Control Z. I'll Control C to copy and I'll apply for the profit as well. So Shift side arrow, Control Shift down arrow, Control C to copy, Alt ESV is the shortcut key, enter. So I've got my profit also now, and sales values also. Let's consider. So when I select it, see, I have got 18 count, which means I've got 18 records of sales, 18 records of profit. Now, out of this 18, I want to see my top three performed, that is top three sales numbers. What are my top three sales numbers? So how I'm going to do it is simple. Alt H L. See the top bottom rules. So I've got here top and bottoms. So I can use this way also. I can go to the new rule also. If I apply from here, so if I say top 10 items, so instead of top 10, I'll mention this as 3. So see, it starts to highlight the top 3 sales numbers. So I'll go here. I'll go to the custom format. Let's say I'm highlighting with green. Yes. See? So automatically it will start to highlight it. What if I say like 999? See? It will highlight this. It will ignore the third rank. Right now, the third rank here, if you consider, is 911. If I make this as 998, see? So it skips the 991 now because we have got greater than that. That is like 999, 998, and 9912. The rest numbers, if you see, they are lesser than these 3 numbers. Like 911 is the next one. All right. So this is with the top. The same thing, I can do it for a bottom also. I'll select this conditional formatting, top and bottom rules. I'll say top 10, and then again, I'll go for bottom 3. This time I'm going for bottom 3, highlighting it. I'll go to the custom format, highlight those which are going with less sales, bottom 3 sales with red. Now, at the same time, in the same records I am able to make recognize which are like to identify which are top three and which are bottom three, right? It makes sense, right? In one table, we have got both the options to showcase. Same thing, you do it for profit. This time we'll take another scenario. Let's say now, as we were talking about the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, or top 5, top 3, out of this 17 records. What if I talk about percentages? So if I select this, I'll go to the conditional formatting, say top 10%. See, when I say top 10%, what do you mean by 10% here? So out of 18 values, we are saying 10% of it, right? So if you calculate by 18 divided by 100, so you'll get the number of values, how much it is going to highlight. If I say 50%, so when I say 50%, so out of 18, the half of it will be the 50%. So 18 divided by 2 will be 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So out of 18, it is going to highlight the 50% of it. Means 9 profit values, right? Which are going on top 10. As compared to 18 records, these are the top 9 profitable values, right? So if I say 100, which does not make sense, just to make it understand, 100 means it is selecting all 18. If I say 25, so what would be the count of 4 here? Yep. So if I say 30%, see, it will be 5. So you can go through with the count of top 10, top 5, or you can go with the percentage as well, right? The next option, see, we have got this average, above average, and below average. If I say above average, so how it is going to calculate the overall total number of profit? Yep, the whole total divided by 18. So we'll find the average, which is above and which is below. So these are the options under above and below. Let's take a different scenario to understand data bars, colors, scales, and icon sets. So I'll go to this chapter 15, conditional formatting. Now, instead of providing the fixed values here, you see it is provided with the table where whatever this cell contains, the value should highlight with that particular color. Okay. See, in this particular cell, it is mentioned as 23. Now it is highlighting nothing, only those cells which have updated with 23. So what does it means? Here, which option is applied here, or which conditional formatting or condition is applied? Yes. If here 23 is mentioned, only 23 is getting highlighted. To get this happen, what we need to do? Perfect. Equals to, right? Equals to is the right answer, where we are highlighting only those which are equals to 23. So once you say 23, only those which are highlighting with 23. Okay. See, if I mention as 43, let's see 43 if we have got 43 number. See, yes. So we have got 3 records of 43. So where it will be helpful? Let's say a sales manager or a marketing. Okay, let's consider a sales manager who has got 10 executives and he's given the target to achieve 45 every day. 45 sales, maybe any product. Let's consider any product. He has to sell 45 products a day. Now, if I mention 45, so how he's going to check? He's just going to type 45 here and check yes. So they are like, let's say this is the records of 14 days of particular executive. So how many executives we have then? So we have got 8 executives. So out of 8, 14 days they have worked. So there are only 3 executives who have achieved 45. But the best part is he's also achieved more than that. Okay. So let's check how this equals to option is applied. If let's say this is already applied conditional formatting and you want to know how it is applied and what is the rule they have created. So wherever there's already conditional formatting is applied, just go to the conditional formatting and click on manage rules. You'll get to know where and what kind of rules are already applied to this particular table. Now you see, this is what it is reflecting as where it is already applied. Where it is applied, you see, like from B44 cell to I57 reference. So what does it means? B54, the cell is starting here for the table and it is ending with I column of 57. Okay. So let's see what is applied. Edit rule. So it is applied as format only cells that contain equal to. See here it is used as equal to. This time they have not given as fixed value. They have given a particular cell, which is B42. So this is your, see, it is highlighting here. It's blinking. Why? So what it is B42. Click on OK. Now let's apply one more. As I mentioned, achieving 45 was just a target. But there are many executives who have achieved more than their set target of 45 per day. See, there will be 50, 46. Yeah, here you see 46, 49. This has to be highlighted separately. Why? Because that is more than his asked target to achieve per day. So how to do it? Click on new rule again. Again, you are going to say this. Now, this time around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it as instead of equal to, I'm going to use as greater than, because equal to is already getting highlighted. Now what we want to say, greater than 45. So instead of writing greater than 45 would be manual. So instead of that, I'll provide the cell. So whenever this number changes, beyond that target anyone has achieved will highlight. Got it? That is the difference between a fixed value, which becomes static. Providing a cell becomes more dynamic. If the number changes, the formatting, the condition also changes as per that number. Make sense? So let's see. Format. So darker green is given there. So let it make it more brighter. Let's say, let's highlight with orange and font. Let's make it more bold so that it will be more glossy and highlighted. So on the orange color, let's make it black and color formatting. Okay, no props. Let it be black and click on OK. Now let's see how it works. Apply and then click on OK. See, maybe these executives have not met exact 45 number, but yes, they have achieved above 45. And this is where it helps the end user to recognize the pattern easily. So in this case, rather than going only with the green color highlighting, I would say here that same color what we have applied is this color. And I am going to write it here as greater than 45 to make him easily recognize what this color belongs to. So here what we are going to do is we are highlighting greater than 45. All right. So this is how it works when it comes to the part of conditional formatting. See, this is between. What we have practiced is the same thing in between we can apply with the tables. Anything between 5 to 30, it is going to highlight in yellow. Same way, you have got like here, text formatting. What do you mean by here, text formatting? So here we have got an options have like containing, not containing, begin with, end with. These are the wildcard matches, what we call like wildcard matches. So here we have got containing, not containing, between, or ending with. If you see, it is highlighting with only January, February, June, July, and August. What does it means? Why are it is not highlighting this? Can anyone? Why it is highlighting only January, February, June, July, and August? Why not like March, April, May, or September? What is the logic, or what is applied here in terms of containing? What? See, here we are using option as containing. So here already I am mentioning it as containing. See whenever I say, whenever you are looking into data or any field, first look the pattern. To make it understand what is applied, look into pattern, format, pattern. What is the pattern here you see? Are you finding any common alphabet here in all these um, name of the months? Huh? Exactly. U is the common, right? Alphabet used, right? See, go to the conditional formatting, manage rules, open this Excel file as I have shared. So this Excel file will help you to practice. Okay. So you see cell values that contains U, edit rule. So see format only cells that contain. See containing, not containing, begin with, ends with. Now you can ask me, sir, format only cells that contain, here it was like equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, equal to. How it got changed to containing, not containing? Because here you're choosing a specific text option. Yep. So specific text, what we are searching for is U. What we are searching for is U. So it is highlighting with U. If I say only J, click on OK. Apply. See, January, June, and July. Getting it? Perfect. All right. So we'll continue with the next part, or I'll be sharing this file. Just go through it and follow it, where you can go with dates also. I have created a small tables over here. We have got blanks, non-blanks, error, no error, right? We have seen top and bottom already. So we have seen the average, right? So these are the different stuffs where you can apply and practice it. So these are all the conditions and options available into conditional formatting. Like if you see color scaling, you have got color scales to apply. If you call about data bars, see, I've got data bars. So it is highlighting highest, more the value, more the bigger size of bar in a particular cell. This is data bars. If I talk about iconic sets, let's say if I want to highlight with icon sets, let's say this. So so it checks all these 13 numbers, whichever are higher are going in green, whichever are average according to this numbers, automatically it highlights with the icons. So one which are going at down arrow are in red, are lesser value as compared to the. So in short, it is comparing the 13 values here, the count of 13. More the less, it goes in red, right? So if I talk about what is the average of it, so 26 is the average. Whichever are about 26 are highlighted in green. And the one which is nearby to 26, like 19, yeah, 21. So these are highlighting in average. And the one which are below, obviously they'll be highlighted in red, which are not meeting the minimum criteria of 26. So those are highlighted in red. Okay. So practice this. And then any doubts, please ping me or comment on the same.